Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up a monthly budget, this time for the month of March 2023. And this month happens to be a rather significant month when it comes to budgeting, at least for me, because of several different factors. Number one being this is one of the few months of the year that I receive 3 paychecks instead of 2, so extra income there. And I'm also going to be getting my regular side hustle income, which is actually up from last month. So there's another plus in the income column. And this month is also significant because this month is when I'm going to be getting my federal and state tax returns back, which I've already filed my taxes, and we will be putting in those numbers into my budget spreadsheet. For the sake of this video, because it is still early on in the month and I don't know all my expenses, I'm just going to be showing you guys how I set up my income column, as well as just kind of quickly going through my expense column at what my various expenses are through the month, but I don't know their exact values yet. I've been making these budget videos now for well over a year, and though I do it for the sake of just keeping myself accountable to my financial goals and not going over budget, also a lot of people have told me that they find value from videos like this, because it helps them better track their own finances, gives them tips on how to better manage extra income or less income than they expected. And if you find value from videos like this, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. So right off the bat, the first thing we're going to be looking at whenever you are formulating a budget, whether it's a weekly or monthly basis, I do it on a monthly basis just to make things a little bit easier for me. I like to first start by calculating how much income, how much money I'm going to receive that month. And sometimes I know this, sometimes I don't. I get paid on a commission basis, so most of the time I just have to estimate how much I'm going to be getting paid per paycheck, which you guys can see I have listed here as $2,100. However, as some of my longtime viewers know, that is not always the case because sometimes I get paid over that. Sometimes I get paid less than that. Now, right now I'm looking up what I got paid last Friday from my bank account. This month happens to be one of those significant months throughout the year where instead of getting paid twice, I get paid 3 times. I get paid on a bi-weekly basis, and March happens to be one of those months where I got paid on the 3rd, which was first Friday, and I'm going to be getting paid on the 31st, which I think is the 5th Friday or the 6th Friday out of the month. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a month where I'm going to be getting 3 separate paychecks from my regular W-2 job. So I'm going to be putting in so far what paycheck number 1 is because I've already received that. And looking at my bank statement, I was paid, it is less than what I had planned, unfortunately, $1889.94. And I felt that coming. It's not a total shock to be down at $210 from what I planned to be getting paid. It's been some lighter weeks. I've been getting out of work a little bit earlier because there just isn't as many patients to see. So I expected that. I'm not totally caught off guard by that number. But like I've mentioned in the intro to this video, there's actually several other areas where I'm going to be getting other income. So it'll even itself out. And once paycheck number 2 and number 3 come in, I'm going to be putting them into this income column here for the spreadsheet, and it will calculate down here the total income. You guys can see I have estimated it to be around $7,800 this month, which is complete underestimate because I did not factor in the tax return. And we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the side hustle income. Thankfully, my side hustle income, that's a hard thing to say fast. Thankfully, my side hustle income is more than what it was last month, so it's continuing to go up. So thankfully, this month, my side hustle income is actually up from what it was last month. Last month, it was like $1,530, I think, from, well, I planned for $1,500. And this month, it is $1,610. So $1,610, which is $110 over what I anticipated getting paid for my side hustle income. If some of you are wondering what my side hustle income is, what job is that? I've mentioned in previous videos that I'm an occupational therapist and I work in home care, which is typically with older adults. But I did take up a per diem position close to maybe a year ago where I work with school age, actually preschool age kids working on fine motor skills, and that's what that income is from. So that's what that 1610 paycheck is going to be. All right, so the final thing we need to do this month when we are looking at my income column, and if you are tallying up income this month and you've already done your taxes, you know where this is going, is of course the tax return. Now, this year I'm actually getting less back from a tax return than I have in years past because of what we just talked about, this side hustle income. This is income that doesn't get reported when I get paid. I have to report on it separately because I'm self-contracted to do this work. So with that and my wife's with that and my wife's self-contracted business as well, that means that when it comes to tax returns, I'm not going to be getting as much as I have in the past. Typically, in the past, I'd get anywhere from like $5,000 to, I think one year I got $7,000 back because I don't claim any dependents. I just myself, and I have them take out as much as they need, and then they give me back a big paycheck at the end of the year or end of the fiscal year or the start of the fiscal year, whatever it is, March tax season. But this year, I'm not getting as much back, but it is still quite a bit of income, I would say. Looking at my bank statement, and this has not came through yet, but it's still sitting as a pending transaction. This year, it is $23.18.00. So that's still quite a large sum of cash that normally doesn't get deposited into my bank account. So this month, we have a perfect storm of good things happening, at least on the income side of things. 3 paychecks, side hustle income, and a tax return. So if all goes according to plan, you guys can see the planned total expense isn't even fitting on this spreadsheet. Wow. A total income of $10,118, which is nice, but we haven't filled in everything because we don't have paycheck number 2 yet. We don't have paycheck number 3, and I officially don't have the side hustle income yet. So I actually officially don't even have the tax return yet, but we know this money is coming. So that's good. We're going to briefly just touch on this blue area down here where I said pay yourself first. And this is just the column I use on my budget spreadsheet. I set aside money first before it goes to expenses for future financial goals and other things I have going on. Say payments, that's just the government student loans. Instead of paying on them, I'm putting them into a high interest savings account, and that's been adding up quite significantly over the last half year of $31,000 as of today recording it. And I've also been contributing towards my Roth IRA, vacation, Christmas, and family sinking funds. Basically just putting them into a high interest savings account until the time comes, and I'll pull that money out to cover those expenses. Speaking of expenses, we're going to move on to the last area here, which is the red expense column. And I just made it red because, I mean, this is subtracting money, but expenses are just a regular part of life. So unless you are completely living off the land, in which case the expense is more of your time and your body, because you have to work the land, we're going to have expenses for our houses and our food and gas and cars, etc. So expenses aren't necessarily a bad thing, especially if you can keep them under wraps and not go crazy. So the first expense I have here listed is this paying myself first column. I have not contributed anything towards paying myself first yet this month. I really haven't purchased anything, I don't think, this month or contributed towards an expense. So that's why I said we're going to go through this kind of quickly because there isn't really any change. The only expense I have paid towards, which I know doesn't really mean I know I say pay myself first, but this actually gets taken out at midnight on the 1st, which is my mortgage, which was $1,044. I know that's $15 less than what it has been in the past, but that's because my mortgage payment went down. Not quite sure why that happened, but it went down. My loan outstanding balance went up, as I shared in my last video about that, but my loan payment actually went down to $1,044. And that's really it that I'm going to know. I don't know groceries because we haven't purchased all our groceries for the month. We don't do one monthly grocery run. Some people do, but we don't. The water bill, I don't know what that's going to be yet. They haven't emailed me. I don't know if it's going to be due this month because it's due bi-monthly. Gas for my vehicle, the month hasn't really happened, so I can't distinguish what that's going to be. However, I do know my house gas and electric bill. I did receive that from NYSEG, and it is $203, which is typical. It's what it has been. It's a little bit lower than what it has been, and I appreciate that because it's nice to have a month where you have low expenses and high income. It's nice. It helps the other months where it may be reversed, helps give a little bit of padding for those. And then lastly, phone, internet, Amazon Prime, car insurance, and gym membership. I have all these values already put in here because they do not change. And if we were to take a look at what all my expenses is going to be, if I were to add those up, I have it estimated to be around $5,624.99, which if we get the total income, which was over $10,000, we are going to have quite a bit of padding this month, right around almost, I think, $5,000 to have extra. But we'll see, because who knows what's going to happen. I do have a vacation coming up this month, but a lot of the expenses have already been covered, but there are going to be, your general expenses when you go on vacation. You're typically eating out, though we try to bring some groceries with us to kind of offset some of the costs, such as drinks and snacks and those type of things. You don't want to always be stopping to buy those things when you're on a trip because that can really add up to the already expensive stuff of going to see things, sightsee, shopping. So yeah, maybe I'll make a video about the vacation and ways that I spent money on that. Who knows? If you guys want to know about that, let me know down in the comment section below. And I thank you guys so much for watching until the end of the video. Let me know if you found this video to be helpful in terms of how you set up your budget, if you set up your budget a little bit differently, if you look at it weekly or bi-weekly, monthly. Let me know down in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.